Hey everyone, Tabby Giant here, community lead for Cataclysm Gaming, here with our very first Minecraft developer update. Today we're going to be going over the long-term goals of the server and what we're currently working on to make this release happen. So let's begin. This revamp will consist of an entirely new server in world, meaning that we will be starting pretty much from scratch and will not be porting over anything from the old world. Well, mostly not anything. We may be bringing over some builds that some of the builders have worked on, but none of the survival aspects will transfer, unfortunately. However, we are going to be releasing the world download for the old server once we release the server, so you can continue to play on the old world if you would like. The first changeup from our last server is the addition of a hub. This will make it easier for us to separate several aspects of the server, such as mini games and events, and stuff that doesn't really overlap with the survival aspect. This will also be a place where we can add potential mini games in the future and events. One example that we're going to be porting over is the Haunted Maze Run, which will from our Halloween event, which will be continuously in the hub. The other big change up, the one that I'm personally most excited about, is the way we're approaching our survival world. Taking inspiration from MMORPG titles, we've left the world in pure survival mode, but we've incorporated several awesome plugins such as MMO Core, MMO Items, Mythic Mobs, Bet Quests, and Items Adder, which will allow our server to have a unique survival experience and really add that MMO aspect that we were looking for. MMO Core and MMO Items will allow us to have custom items, custom spells, custom skills, custom classes, and will really make the MMO experience feel powerful and impactful in the world. Another important one is going to be Mythic Mobs, which will allow us to, of course, have custom mobs in the world as an essential point of our dungeons and world bosses and even instance raids later on. Bet Quests is another important plugin and is going to be our questing system. This will allow us to have multi action interactions, that's a mouthful, with NPCs in the world so that our world feels a lot more alive and more full. Not every NPC will have this feature, unfortunately, as it does require a whole lot of this, a whole lot of this, and of course this. Uh, but we're excited to implement it to as many quests and NPCs as possible. Items Adder is going to be another very important plugin, which will allow us to have custom ores in the world, as well as custom textures, so we will not be using the same textures for every single item, which is one of our goals later on, is to implement custom textures for each one of the MMO items added to the game. However, this might be a little difficult as that will potentially be a lot of items, and that's going to be a long-term goal. So towards the beginning, we might have a few items that are still taking on vanilla textures, but that is a plan for the late game, is to add custom textures to each and every suit of armor and item. Our goal for the server is to have a major release every 3 to 4 months, where we expand the borders, add new dungeons, a new world boss, increase player level cap, add higher tier items, and potentially new ores and other blocks, which means there will always be something to come back for. We may even focus each update on an individual aspect. For example, one update could be a class update. We overhaul the class system, add more skills, more passives, increase the level cap by a lot, maybe even add another class. So there's a lot of cool stuff we can do there, and we're very excited to see what all the updates will have in the future and all the content that we can provide to the server. For right now, we're just focused on getting the plugins running, the hub activated, the Halloween maze ported over, and the starting area of the survival world with several quests, a few daily quests, a small spawn build, world boss for group in-game content, and 2 dungeons for higher level players to do. This is quite a bit of stuff, and most of it's going to be behind the scenes, so there's not much we can showcase right now, but in future developer updates, we're really excited to share with you all that we're working on. The planned release date for the server is going to be January 21st. This is going to be the same day that the old server goes down, and we'll also be releasing the world download on that day, if not a few days before. So make sure to mark your calendars and keep an eye out for that day. We'll also be sure to have a developer update with one of our amazing Minecraft server developers every other Tuesday right here on the CG YouTube channel. So if you want to stay up to date, be sure to subscribe for more information. And you can also join our Discord server from the link in the description to interact directly with the development team. And if there's a way you'd like to help out, you can always ask on the Discord as well, whether it's just a suggestion in the MC Suggestions channel or some other way you'd like to help. Additionally, we're still recruiting Minecraft mods and builders for the server. So if you'd like to apply for either of those, again, there will be a link down in the description where you can apply. Thank you all for stopping by, watching the video, and I hope you're as excited for the server as we are, and I'll see you next time. Peace.